The differences between Shia and Sunni Muslims trace back to the 7th century, following the death of the Prophet Muhammad. Over the past decade, these distinctions have received a great deal of attention worldwide. According to a 2009 Pew Research Center study, the majority of the world's 1.8 billion Muslims are Sunni. But what exactly sets Shia and Sunni Muslims apart? Let's break it down. Welcome to another episode of Empowered Deen Facts. For many of us who aren't Muslim or who come from other religious backgrounds, understanding the differences within Islam can be confusing. So let's explore the history, beliefs, and practices of these two branches, the origin of the split when the Prophet Muhammad passed away. In 632 CE, he did not name a clear successor. This led to disagreements over who should lead the Muslim community. Leadership first went to Abu Bakr, followed by Umar, then Uthman, and later to Ali, the Prophet's son-in-law. However, after Ali's leadership, his sons Hassan and Hussein claimed the right to succeed him. Hussein's death in battle became a defining moment for those who believed Ali and his descendants were the rightful leaders. Shia Muslims hold that leadership should have stayed within the Prophet's family, while Sunnis recognize the first three caliphs before Ali as legitimate and rightly guided. Under Sunni leadership, the early caliphs expanded Islamic rule into North Africa and parts of Europe, shaping the future of the Muslim world. Differences in beliefs. Shia Muslims regard Ali and his successors as imams, divinely appointed leaders. Many Shia, particularly the largest group known as Twelvers, believe in a line of 12 imams. The 12th imam is thought to have gone into hiding in the 9th century in Iraq and will one day return as the Mahdi or messianic figure. Sunnis, on the other hand, emphasize God's authority in worldly matters and view leadership as a position of trust, not inheritance. They do not venerate leaders as saints, rejecting the idea of a divinely chosen, hereditary class, shared faith. Despite their differences, Sunnis and Shias share the core principles of Islam: belief in one God, the teachings of the Qur'an, and the sayings and practices of the Prophet Muhammad. Most Muslims simply identify as Muslim, without stressing sectarian labels. Where they live today, more than 85% of Muslims worldwide are Sunni, living throughout the Arab world. And in countries such as Turkey, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Malaysia, and Indonesia, Shia populations are concentrated in Iran, Iraq, and Bahrain. Saudi Arabia, meanwhile, is home to the royal family that follows Wahhabism, a conservative form of Sunni Islam. Religious leadership for Shia Muslims, imams are considered spiritually pure and divinely chosen, making their authority unquestionable. They often revere imams as saints. Sunnis, however, believe leadership should be earned through merit and trust, with no religious basis for hereditary privilege or saint veneration. Both groups follow the Qur'an, the Hadith sayings of the Prophet, and the Sunnah customs and traditions, forming the foundation of the Islamic faith. So, while Shia and Sunni Muslims differ in leadership traditions and certain practices, they remain united in the core tenets of Islam. Both Sunni and Shia Muslims follow the 5 pillars of Islam. However, in many Sunni majority countries, Shia communities often make up some of the poorer segments of the population, and many report experiencing discrimination. On the other hand, extremist voices sometimes label Shias as heretics. Since much of this falls into the realm of political debate and speculation, I'll leave those arguments aside and focus instead on some of the key religious distinctions. Muharram and Ashura. One of the most significant observances for Shia Muslims is Muharram, the first month of the Islamic calendar. The 10th day of this month, known as Ashura, marks the martyrdom of Hussein, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad. Some Shia communities commemorate this day with public processions, and in the past, certain groups practiced self-flagellation using chains or whips to honor Hussein's sacrifice. However, many Shia authorities today have banned such practices, encouraging alternative forms of remembrance. Beliefs about angels. There are also theological differences. Shia Muslims believe angels were created by God, have limited free will, but no desire to sin. Sunnis, by contrast, hold that angels were created from light and have no free will at all. They exist solely to obey God's commands. The concept of taqiyya. Another distinction is the Shia doctrine of taqiyya. This allows a believer to conceal or deny their faith in situations of extreme danger, such as under threat of death, without it being considered sinful. This connects to the Shia belief that the deeper true meaning of faith will be fully revealed only with the return of the 12th Imam. Sunnis, while acknowledging hidden meanings in the Qur'an, place much more emphasis on its literal interpretation rather than symbolic or esoteric readings. Hadith collections. Both sects rely on the Qur'an as the ultimate source of guidance, but they also turn to hadiths, records of the Prophet's sayings and actions, to interpret Islamic law. Sunnis and Shias, however, recognize different collections. Shia Islam rejects the Sunni Kutub al-Sitta 6 books, as well as reports linked to Aisha, one of the Prophet's wives. Sunnis, on the other hand, do not accept Shia Islam's 4 books of hadith. Final thoughts. So, that wraps up our look at the differences and similarities between Sunni and Shia Muslims. Despite historical disputes and different interpretations, both groups share the same core identity as Muslims, united in their devotion to God and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Drop your comments below with suggestions for future topics, and check out more videos on world religions and cultures linked right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Empowered Deen.